Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of MegaKraft. MegaKraft, the Minecraft server. We are going to have a good episode today. Get away from here. I'm trying to go to F5. There we go. Jeez. So yeah, check it out. We're at the Iron Foundry, and this thing is awesome. I say it every time I'm here. So I did change a few things over here since last episode. Let's go ahead and jump in here. This is temporary, of course. That's why it's all red and ugly looking like. But look at this. I put a floor down and kind of got a staircase in. I put a whole bunch more chests in. These are all for iron blocks, and yeah, we've been getting a lot of iron. And it looks like we've got about 3 rows full. I bet you we probably have a few down in this bottom chest. Oh yeah, it's filling up down here. So a little over 3 rows. So we could craft that into a whole bunch more iron. And then I think we actually have a little bit of iron right here. But hey, check it out. We've got Mr. Stony Tark here, so we did actually end up getting him over here, and it doesn't cause any problems with the Iron Foundry. Good thing, lucky enough. I don't think it would cause any problems. The main thing that does cause problems is if you place any doors down. But the reason I built it so high up in the air is so that even if we put doors down here, it shouldn't affect up there. I even tested it in a creative world. I made a copy of the server and went into single player and tested it, and it seemed to work just fine. So as far as I know, we should be good with this guy down here. I mean, it's been running for several days now, so we are good. But this is the guy that trades me emeralds for iron, so I've been getting a lot of iron, a lot of emeralds. I actually have probably, oh, it's about time to sleep. I have, I think, almost 20 stacks, maybe even more, of emerald blocks. So maybe we're gonna have to do something like build an emerald castle or something like that. I definitely want to build a cool building with emerald blocks and make it look nice. Maybe a mix of like emerald blocks and some quartz and just, I don't know, make it all crystal looking like. Use different colors of glass too. I think that'd be really cool, a fun project. But today, before we get going with a project or anything, I've got a project in mind. I wanted to go and take a look at someone who is new on the server. That's right, you heard me right. You probably heard it already from Royal Desmo. He announced it in our video, but we have a new MegaKraft member. He's not on the server right now though, but his name is Gus, or Gustifer Games, or just Gus. His YouTube channel is Gustifer Games. I'll put that in the link to his channel in the description, so you can go ahead and check that out. We'll probably have a link for all of the MegaCrafters, which is just us 3 so far. But yeah, we finally got someone new on the server, and he's actually making some YouTube videos, so it's pretty great. He's already made 2 of them, so go ahead and check out that link and go give some support to Gustifer, our newest MegaCraftian. So his tunnel is actually way over here. I helped him just the other day build this tunnel over here. I don't know, he's having trouble like linking up the nether portals to the nether hive, so I just got his coordinates and everything and dug this tunnel with him and showed him how to link it up. So there's his portal over there. It's not too far, but it's way out here in the mesa biome. So it's pretty cool. His base is pretty cool what he's doing. Now I don't know if I'm gonna do any spoilers or, you know, ruin any surprises here, so I'm sorry if I do. I don't know how much he's changed around here yet, but let's go ahead and jump in this portal. Oh, there we are. Okay, guess we're out here. I think this is where he's just collecting stone right now, because he's using a lot of stone for his building. But in his most recent video, he said that he's using a lot of stone and has been needing to mine it, and he's been smelting it in all of these. So he's got some potatoes. I should drop by some tooth staters over here sometime. But he has been smelting tons of stone trying to build his little castle thing that's out here. Let's go ahead and look at it. It's not exactly a castle. I mean, it's kind of based off of a prison design. Oh, it looks like he has done more work. It's looking pretty cool. But yeah, I think he based it off of some kind of prison design with like a, I don't know, a circle design area, and then there's this room inside here. But we are going to leave him a gift. Now I've got a bunch of different things for him. I've got this chest right here. I'm gonna drop this chest down. Where should I leave it? Maybe just right in here. This looks like a good spot to leave it. Maybe he won't find it right away. But what we got for him is an efficiency 4 pickaxe. Okay, that's pretty good, yeah. It's diamond, and I don't think he's even using diamond tools yet, so that'll help him out a lot. And then we've got an Unbreaking 3 book that he can put on himself. I'll let him have the fun of doing that. And the bad boy, we've got a Silk Touch 1 book. So I'm going to give that to him. Actually, I'm going to order it so it looks all fancy, like this. Just like that. And then we will just leave a sign. How about we say, welcome to MegaKraft. And then Toothpistol 49. Alright. Welcome to MegaKraft, Toothpistol 49. Cool. Well, that's that, right? Yeah. So he'll come check this out, and that'll help him get a ton more stone so he doesn't have to smelt it all. He'll be able to just mine it up without smelting it and turn it right into stone bricks. So, I guess now is the time. We will run back to my base and get started for, I guess the episode. I guess. We've got a big project plan, so let me run back there. Oh, I forgot to mention before we get started, Royal Desmo actually offered to design this building, so that's why we're not working on it today. I was actually going to plan on doing this today, but he thinks he wants to design the exterior and maybe add a little bit to the interior. So I kind of threw things together. And Royal Desmo, you are welcome to change whatever you like, as long as you don't get rid of Mr. Stony Tark here. I will be very sad. He's actually in a minecart though, so that's we just left him in the minecart just to be safe in case we have to break or move him around. It'll be a lot easier. So I'll meet you guys at my base. So I'm back at my base, and check this out, guys. I got rid of it all. All of this sugarcane. I was working on it at the end of last video, but all of this sugarcane is now gone, and I got all the glowstone underneath and everything else and lit it up. We don't need this sugarcane anymore, so now we'll be able to actually use a lot of this real estate and start making some good things here. But it's funny how I did this last episode and in between this episode, but we're actually not going to use any of this today, because what we're going to build is actually going to be a lot bigger than what we can use right here. There's no way we can fit it, you know, just somewhere in between here, because kind of the idea of when what I want to do through here is have a path that goes along here and have shops on this side and on this side. Not exactly shops, I mean they could be really anything. Buildings, just any different kind of little building or something. I just want something to, every little building have some kind of purpose. And so that's what I'm going to do over here. But what we're going to do here in this big old area is something I've been needing for a long time, and that is a tree farm. A tree farm. So simple, yet so amazing. But we are, the kind of tree farm we're going to make, let me run and sleep here real quick. The kind of tree farm we are going to make is it's something that will be able to harvest any type of tree. It's not specific to any one kind. It'll actually have every single type of tree inside it, which will be great. And the other great thing is it will automatically pick up everything that I harvest, everything that I mine up. So it's kind of hard to explain, but basically as I go through and chop down all the trees, I can go and chop them all that are already grown, and then just plant the sapling and leave, and all of the wood and saplings and everything else as it decays will actually fall on the ground, and minecarts with hoppers will go through and pick them up. And so I worked it all out in creative mode, actually. I planned out kind of the best dimensions to be able to fit a bunch of trees without losing a bunch of saplings or anything. And I got one here that's about, let's see, I wrote it down, 32 by 38. So I measured that out this way. That's the outer blocks right here. This inner block is actually where we'll stand. Like, that's basically the platform. The outer block is like the outer ring, I guess. But I have to mine up all of this area right through here. And that's going to take a little while, because I want to get it down to the level that's just right over here. And so I'm going to do that real quick. I'll record it. I might even throw in a time lapse here, depending on how good it looks, honestly. So let me get to work, and we'll see how things go. Alright, that's all dug out, but now's the fun part, because actually this inside layer, where this is, I actually need to go down 3 more, so I guess I got a whole lot more digging to do. Woohoo, I did it! Finally. That took a long time. So this is the level that all of the minecarts are going to be on. And it's going to be on, yep, I'm going to use iron blocks. I actually need to grab some more of those. But yeah, we are using some iron blocks today, just because we've got so many of them, and they are awesome. And this is actually, we're not actually even going to see it, but I figured I would put iron blocks down because if I'm ever, for whatever reason, if I'm ever mining under here and I see iron blocks on the ceiling, I should probably know to not ever pick those up. So that's why I'm going to use iron blocks, and it's very disposable. And then we're going to use these redstone blocks. This is actually where all of the powered minecarts are going to go. So I spaced them out just about like this. Hopefully I have enough redstone blocks. I've got plenty more in my storage. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. I'm all over the place right now. So we're going to go all the way across here. And let's go back over to here. And then start bringing this along here. So basically we're going to have rails all the way through this entire area. We're gonna actually have 4 different minecart stations though. The way I did it in creative mode on a single player world is I had like 4 different stations that they would go through, and hoppers, the minecart hoppers would ride underneath the whole layer of the trees. So let me try and explain this here. So let's say up here is actually where the trees are. So say you grow a tree right there. I know it's not dirt, but the minecart with a hopper is going to ride underneath it, and it'll be able to pick up anything that falls on top of this block, because that's just something that works. So I can't break it because I'm not in creative mode. So there we go. And then just one more line, just like this, and it looks like it is almost nighttime. But unfortunately I can't sleep, or I probably could, but everybody's favorite new MegaCrafter is on, Gus. So he got online. He actually just saw my gift that he got, and so he was pretty happy that he got it. Pretty great. Hopefully he's able to get a bunch of stone out of that. And yeah, so let's fill all of this in. This is probably going to take a while, so I'm going to probably do most of this off camera, and then I'll jump back as soon as I start laying down some tracks. That actually looks kind of cool. Too bad we don't get to see it. So now I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to... Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I don't think I want to connect those yet. I do kind of want to set up one of the unloading and loading bay things right here. So this end here is the hoppers. Now all of the hoppers are just going to line up over here, and I want everything to kind of collect over on this side towards here. And I'll have, you know, maybe an elevator over here and an item sorter, and sort out all of the wood and all the saplings and everything, and that'll just be along this wall. But over here is going to be our first unloading area. So of course, actually, you know what, that's going to be... Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I need to get those out. This is going to be a powered rail right there. And then we're going to have a block right here. What we want to do is we want to have, let me build this up a little bit here. We want to be able to have a comparator coming out of here. So let me grab that. And we'll also want one of those. And some of that. And some of that. Okay, so we're going to have a comparator coming out of here. That's going to go into this block right there. And we'll have a redstone torch right there. A block on top, and then a repeater just like that. So that'll power that, but as soon as a hopper comes along and drops a whole bunch of items in, you can see that it turns off, so that the hopper minecart will be stuck right here until everything's done flowing through and gets sent into here. So everything's just about done. Let's pull those out real quick. Alright, and that'll turn back on. So it'll always, you know, go back and forth unless it's unloading, so it'll have time to unload. Plus, the reason that we have this all the way across, well, it's for several reasons, but the main one is so that it can actually just unload and load as it goes past here also, because there's going to be a lot of items out here to pick up, and sometimes the hopper might get full, so it'll just kind of help everything flow a little bit better. So yeah, now I need to kind of plan out everything where all of these bays go. Now there's one right here. There's going to be 2 right next to each other right in the middle, and then 1 more over in this end. And they're going to kind of loop around and everything, and they'll be all kind of synced together. So as soon as one goes, they should all go. So let me get things set up, and then I'll show you how that kind of works. Okay, it's dark, but I'm going to try and explain this anyways. Hopefully that guy doesn't run up on me. Stay off of my lawn. So what we're going to do is, this is the first section right here. The minecart's going to ride along all the way up here, loop around, loop around, loop around, come back and bounce off right here and get sent right back. So that's how it works, but if you notice, I'm missing something right here, and this is going to be the detector rail. There's only going to be one of these, and it's going to be right here. I'll explain some more about it later, but it's basically just kind of what makes this thing know when to start and when to stop and everything like that. Let me get out of here. So I just want to make sure that we mine out through there, because I'm going to need to be able to access that later. I'm going to have a piece of iron just right there, and then probably run it out. Actually, I'm not sure yet. I'm just gonna have the one right there, and then put a piece of dust on that. So we know that that is right underneath the activator rail. Actually, not activator. This is the detector rail. That's what it is. So let me put this right back here, and the detector rail goes right there. There we go. And I'll explain a little bit more about what that does later. So now I just need to continue this on. We're going to build this over there. I don't know if I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to probably wait until morning time and then work on this a little bit more. So I guess I'll show you when I've got more progress done. Alright, I just finished putting in all of the minecart rails, and let me tell you, these things are not as easy as it looks to put in, because for some reason they were not lining up the same way that I had it in when I first built this in a creative world. So I had to change it up a little bit. Now it's not too big of a change and it works perfectly fine now. I just had to kind of move things over a little bit, so you can see there's kind of like a big gap right here. So I have the minecart bounce off right here, and then I also have one bounce off down there. And it just kind of follows this little pattern. The one over here kind of gets the most action. It has to cover the most area, but that's not really that big of a deal. So now what we do is, I think what we're gonna actually do at this point is cover the top with the actual floor of the entire tree farm. And the reason it's this size is because I laid out the way that I want all my trees to be put, and the best way that I can actually have all the different trees laid out. So I don't know, I'll have to show you that. What I'm gonna do for the ground though is I'm actually gonna do glass. I'm gonna clear my inventory here a little bit too, get all this redstone out. But I want to do glass, and underneath or over the top of it I want to do carpet so that I can decorate it. But the reason for glass is just so that mobs don't spawn on it, and yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to have glass over the top so that I can knock out the carpet and look down at the rails, just in case, you know, something might be buggy or something I can see. So it'll be a little bit easier to manage with glass. And then I wanted to just make it white glass, so let's go ahead and do that, and that right there. Okay, so let's see if I have enough to make a full stack of this stuff. Not quite. That's alright. We'll just go like this, like that, and like that, and like that. Alright, so we got a bunch of white glass here. I'm going to kind of go through and lay out this pattern. I also need to get some glowstone also. Let's go ahead, and I think I've got it right there. Alright, so I'm going to go through and lay out the pattern, and then I'll try and explain to you the system that I'm going to have for all the trees here. Okay, so a little update here. I've done a lot more work. I'm running out of glass. I keep running out of it, and I'm currently smelting a whole bunch more, but it's taking a while. I do have a little bit, though. I can hurry and fill in a little bit. But let me explain kind of how this is. So I put all the glowstone in, except for, it looks like I missed a spot somewhere around here. I think right here. Let's grab that, and let's put that piece of glowstone in. I think I got all the glowstone. So I laid it out just spaced out just enough so that it'll be light, plenty light so mobs don't spawn. I mean, they shouldn't actually spawn just because it's all glass. I'm gonna have carpets over the top of here though, but they shouldn't be able to spawn, but I don't know, it'll just be nice and lit up anyways. And then this is how it's gonna go. So I mean, we've got this row right here of 4 trees, and it kind of goes along like this. So this row is gonna be spruce, so we've got 4 spruce. I'm gonna eat some food. And then we've got the regular oak right here, 4 of those. And then we've got the dark oak. We're going to have 3 of those. They're spaced out just like this, and it's right in the center. We could even build like a big spruce tree or a big jungle tree or something like that. But I think we'll probably just for the most part use dark oak right through there. This is going to be the spruce, so that we're going to have 4 spruce trees right through here. I put all the glass above so it doesn't grow right now. I don't want them growing and getting in my way. And then over here is the jungle trees. So this this railing, putting together all of that railing, it was such a pain, and it turns out that I actually didn't do this bottom part quite right. You can see right here it's all covered up. I don't need that side, but it's alright. It's not really going to make any difference. I just covered it up with grass. But yeah, that's how this is all laid out. So back here, past there, is the acacia. So I've got a lot more room for the acacia because they tend to grow out to the sides more. So I've got one right there, one right here, one right there, and one right there. So that'll just make it so it's easier to get more saplings from them. And then here is basically the wild card. I can put whatever I want. The plan is I could go through and put it all something like oak, and just make a big block of oak, so if I want to harvest a ton of wood. But the best way to harvest a ton of wood is actually use spruce. I can line this all the way up with spruce wood, and then I can just grow them up, and they'll make 4x4 trees, and they'll be really tall, and I'll be able to harvest them really well. So that's kind of the plan for back here, is so that I can get tons of wood really easily. So I still need to cover the rest of this up with the white glass, and I need to do a bit of redstone work. So let me get back to work. Okay, so while I wait for the glass to smelt, I'm going to work on some of the redstone. I started to put it together a little bit. Right here is where all of the hoppers kind of end up, and that's going to feed out into a little item elevator thing, so I'm going to worry about that later. But the way that I keep this system going is that whenever there's an item that passes through here, basically anytime any kind of hopper picks up an item, it'll send it over there and send a little signal over to here. So anytime it detects an item, it's going to send the signal over here and temporarily, wow, I can't talk. Oh, looks like Gus is getting off, but let me say see ya. Alright, so it's going to turn off this hopper, and that's going to feed over into here. Basically, whenever this dropper is empty, it's going to keep this torch on, and that's going to turn the system off, okay? So, it's kind of complicated, I know, but I'll just kind of get building a little bit here. Let's see, I'm going to need a lot of repeaters on my hotbar, and I don't need the comparators there anymore. That's going to turn that guy on for a minute, that's alright. But we need to pretty much just wire repeaters all the way through this, because, oh, we could put a redstone there. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, wait, yeah, we can, as long as it goes like that. Okay, there we go. I just don't want it affecting any of the hoppers or droppers or anything, but that should be good. So this is where the detector rail comes in. You just saw it activated. That's going to send a little click right here. Now we're going to need, like, probably, I don't know, I haven't counted how many items we're going to need. I'm guessing probably only like 8 or so. And those are just going to sit in here, and every time this thing clicks, it's going to send, let's see, actually no, I'm explaining this wrong. It's currently turned off as is because there's no items in here, but if there were an item that passed through here, then it would let these items down into the dropper, and it would have to do several passes and click it out of the dropper before it turns off. So yeah, it's kind of complicated, but what we need to do is I need to follow this redstone over to here, and I don't want that right there. I need to send a repeater over into this one also, and I'm just putting all my redstone onto the iron blocks because I can, and we're gonna just go ahead and put a repeater there. Redstone, redstone, redstone. And take this off, and put a repeater right there. And then we also need to bring this, loop it around. So I guess I'll just dig in through here. Yeah, I just need to go far enough away so that it doesn't affect it. And all of this should be underground. I mean, I'm going to build up over the top of it. So the main level that we'll be walking on is up here. So everything will be underneath. And I'll probably even have a path or some kind of a decorative wall or something out around this thing. So let's see, I need to build this around this way, and I need to make sure that I'm in the right spot here. Yeah, so just mine up through here. Alright, there we go. Alright, bring this all the way through here, and just keep it going over to this one. Okay. Put down my iron blocks. Alright, redstone all the way around here. And I'm probably going to want another repeater right there so it sends it all the way through. There we go. Get a signal right there. And then do the same little thing right here. Just bring it around this little tunnel. Just like that. Alright, that should be it. Oh, no, we need to go one more. There we go. And then mine out this. And I think that should be good. Let me just fill this all with iron. Wow, missed. Do I have any more iron? I think I probably have enough though. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so repeater, and then redstone all the way through here. And then we'll probably want another repeater just to make sure it'll last long enough. And then boom. There we go. So everything is turned off. So that's that. I don't have a button yet to activate it. I'll have to figure out where I actually want it. Ooh, there's some creepers over there. But this thing should keep it off. And as soon as it gets back to its little loading bay, it'll just stop because it's unpowered. But if it does pick up anything, so say the system was in motion already. Here, let me kill this guy real quick. But say the system was in motion already and it had picked up an item, we'll just simulate it by dropping something right there, picks up through it. It detects that there was an item through and it sends everything along. And now it's got to do the little countdown timer, so there's 8 items in here, and it's got to pass over that detector rail 8 times before it stops running. So that's how that works. I'm going to go get some more glass and probably sleep so we don't have creepers blowing this up. And I guess we'll try and cover things up a little bit. Well, yeah, I kind of did a lot more progress off camera than I was expecting here. So I did cover up all of the redstone right here. And yes, I built this tower. I built this myself. Me, yes, Tooth Pistol. I have built this guy. I'm actually pretty proud of it. I've never really built anything that actually looks good. In all honesty, I mean, I guess things look decent, but I don't know. I kind of just spent some time off camera messing around with things, and I want to put one of these in every 4 corners, and I want to have a beacon coming out of it. Right now, this one's just got jump boost too, so I can jump around and get things easily. It really helps finishing up all of this glass because I could drop down, fill it in, then jump out with no problem. So yeah, I've got that, and then for the wall, I think I'm actually going to raise this up just one, but really simple actually, and it looks good. You know, sometimes the simple things are the what looks the best, but I want to move this up just one more so that you can't actually jump over the top of it. I want to be able to put basically a cobblestone on the bottom and then 2 layers of stone bricks above, and then I think that would be just fine. And then also a few other things. I did finish a bunch more redstone off camera. So you can see I laid out this right here. This is just basically the dimensions of the other corner tower. But down here inside the redstone, you can see that I've got this item elevator. I'll actually come back to this. I did go through here, and this is where I'm going to have all of the wood. I've already chopped down a bunch of spruce just to give the farm a little bit of test. And the spruce I laid back all the way back here and had it all the way filled, and then just ran through and bone milled it, and it basically made so much wood all the way through there. So let me explain a little bit more about the farm before I go into some of the redstone stuff. So, you know, I did show you guys where all the saplings were going to lay out, but as you can see, I put down all the saplings and let them grow, and this is what it is going to look like, except for the ground. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is for the ground is use carpets, and depending on the color of carpet is going to say which wood type goes there. So as you can see, you know, we got the dark green and then the light green and then the brown for the dark oak. I'm thinking I'll probably do gray actually right here because I probably want to use some white wool along the paths, or maybe I'll use gray along the paths and use white wool, I'm not sure. But then pink for jungle, and of course orange for acacia. So it's pretty simple there. I'm just gonna kind of do it a ring around, so it's just all the way around each tree at the base. And then what else here? So as you see, I finished all the glass, of course. But yeah, that's all of the stuff as far as the farm goes. And if you look at the saplings, oh, one thing, I did add a block right above here. That's a half slab, so nothing spawns on it. And that's just making sure that these oak trees don't grow too big. Now, as far as I know, I don't think these birch trees can make those big oak tree type things. So I don't think I need the little slabs above there. And I think we're good as far as everything else goes. I just wanted to keep these oak trees small. So yeah, that's that area, and then all the way through here, where this line of iron blocks is, that's probably going to be a different kind of block, but I want to have a 3 wide walkway all the way around. Probably just, you know, something like a stone brick or maybe even sandstone or something like that, just not carpet. So that's what I want to do all the way around here, except for the corners will be a little bit tight, but it's not really a big of a deal because there's not really trees over there. And that just kind of makes it feel enclosed and gives it more space, as you can tell. So I think that'll be a good dimension. And so back over here to the chests, I've laid out all of the different chests, and we're going to have tons of space. If you know me, I love having extra space, extra storage space for things. And so, you know, we're going to have 3 chests of each type of wood. Not only that, we'll come over here and we'll have 3 chests, just to keep it symmetrical, 3 chests of each type of sapling. And it goes all the way through here. And then we've got a chest of apples, because of course we'll get some apples out of this from the oak and the dark oak. And then this is just anything else that gets in the system. Like say you're going through and you drop your axe on accident, and just at that moment the minecart comes and picks it up. Well, we are going to have a chest right here that you can come back and pick it up. Or if you're ever going through and shearing some of these leaves, you can have it collect the leaves and it'll put in that chest. You know, just things like that. So it's nice to have an extra chest. So as far as the redstone goes back here, this is how we're going to do it. It's just the basic item sorter right here. To deliver the items, though, we're going to use this item elevator. So down here, this is what I built. So these hoppers, you've seen these already. It's where everything wired into here, and that's where it detects from right there. That sends it out over to this dropper. And anytime an item goes inside here, let's say we'll put 32 items inside there, 32 redstone. That's going to spit them out, and it's going to go around this thing. And this is basically the item elevator designed by Test. I don't remember what other other numbers are in his name, but you may have seen this before. A lot of people like to use it. It's just it pushes the items up against the wall, runs it into the fence, and for some weird whatever reason it sends it up along there. And if we go up there, we'll be able to pick the rest of the items up. Some of them might actually gone inside this chest, but they kind of just spit and fling out around here. We're going to close this off, and this is going to be a water source. And then these, oh, looks like we probably, there's the rest, so there we go. And then these ender chests are there to align it right up along here. We're going to have the hoppers on this side so that the items will flow along here. They'll be able to be picked up by the hoppers, but they'll also be able to move fast because of this ice right here. So it's already nighttime. Let me run in and sleep real quick, and then we will start throwing together the rest of these sorters. I do need to actually dig out this area so we have more room. But we'll throw together these sorters and then kind of get them set up. And we'll see what we can do from there. It looks like we're probably getting close to the end of the episode, so we'll see what we can do within the time frame. Alright, I'm just lining up the rest of the hoppers, and I'm going to show you how to build one of these. I'm pretty sure I've showed you this a bunch of times, but all you got to do is we're going to put a few blocks right there, and put that one right there just temporarily. And then we are going to have a comparator coming out right there, run 2 pieces of redstone down, and then a repeater right here, and a redstone torch right there. And then all I gotta do is to make it sorted, I have to put all the items inside here, but I'll do that later. I'm gonna build the rest of these real quick, and then we'll take a look at it when it's done. Okay, so the way I'm ordering this is I'm actually gonna use bowls because it is very unlikely that someone's gonna drop some bowls down in here. The rate that we'll actually get some wood through here is it's pretty possible that these hoppers will be picking up more than just one piece at a time. So I want to give as much space right here as we can, and I don't want it to pick up any extra wood in these slots because that could possibly break it. So I'm just going to use wood in the first slot like this and have bowls throughout the rest. I could rename these and actually protect it even more, but I think we're okay for right now. So yeah, it'll have 3 pieces of wood in each one, and then I'll have the bowls for the rest, just like that, just 16 and then 3. So let me just continue this on right through here. We got the jungle, and then this is where the acacia wood is going to go. So we need to get 16 bowls, and then 3 across just like that. I'm pretty sure that's the acacia. Yeah, acacia. And then we've got, now we need to start doing the sapling. So we've got all the woods done. And then this should be, let's see, that's the acacia. So this will be the spruce saplings. So we'll start out by putting those right there, and then just like that, there we go. And then the next one is the oak, I believe. So oak, 16, and go across like that, and I'll just continue this on for the rest through here. Alright, the entire sorter is in place. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use iron bars across here. That's going to make it so that the items actually can fit right here, or else if it's a normal block, the item won't quite fit and reach the hopper. So we need to use something like iron bars or fences. And I'm going to just line this all the way across here, just like that. Let's see if we have, yeah, it looks like we'll have plenty. There we go, just enough. And then let's go ahead and get the water going. So we've got the first couple pieces here. I'll just break that, and that's going to send all the way along there and end right where I need it to. So we'll break this one. That's going to go along here and end right where I thought. And then put another one right here, break it, and that's going to send it along there. And one more, we'll break this one, and that's going to send along here. For some reason I had an item sorter right here, and I just realized that we don't actually need one there because that's just anything else that'll fit in there. So that should be good. We are now going to need to actually cover the top of this, so I'm going to go ahead and break that just like this, and then just slab this up. I also want to cover down underneath as well so we don't get items. Oh, oops, that's not supposed to be there. There we go. Oh, come back here. It looks like that's going back into our extra slot then. So let's continue this on just all the way across like this. And this will do a couple things. It'll prevent any light from getting down in here and melting the water underneath, or at least some of the light. And it'll also make it so mobs can't spawn up above. I guess they wouldn't be able to, but still. It'll just kind of keep the items in place too. So that should be good. We are all closed off. All the item sorters are set up. And you know, some of the things didn't have quite enough, like for apples. I didn't have enough apples. I only had one. But the item sorter still works as long as there's just one. It'll just pick up two. And keep it in the sorter before it starts sending some more through. So that should be good. I did chop down some of the trees and actually triggered the system to go. So it did go. I don't think we're actually still... Jungle trees are kind of weird. I don't think I'm getting enough saplings out of them. Even though I have them like spaced out just enough so that they don't really touch. We don't really get very many saplings out of jungles. So... You know, we may be at a loss for jungle trees, but there is a jungle over there, so if I ever run out of saplings, we can always go back over there. And I'm thinking maybe if I need to get more saplings, I can use, you know, a fortune pickaxe or a fortune axe, and that'll give me a better chance of getting some saplings. So I want to come down here actually and make sure to cover this up also. But you know what? Today, that is probably going to be it for the episode. But before we finish it off, I do want to show you guys it working. Let me clear out my inventory just a little bit. I'm going to drop off all the redstone stuff. Things that I had with me to do all the redstone goodies. And then let's get my things back to where they were. And let's go ahead and, I guess, just chop down some of this oak. Now let's grab some saplings just so that we have them ready. And we'll just chop down some of these trees. Oh, what am I doing? The oak saplings are, I need to get used to this, are right there. So we'll just grab 4 of them. So we'll just 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all we'll need for today. And then, let's see. We'll go ahead and start chopping this guy down. Now, right now I don't have a button to turn on the system. I might just make a button over in this corner or something that'll just turn it on to run initially. Or maybe a pressure plate. But right now I don't. All I need to do to turn it on is I can just throw an item down on top of there. That's going to go ahead and detect. It's going to send the item over here. And, oh, I forgot to show this. I'm going to have this glass so you can actually see the items come up and out. So just like that. But yeah, that's going to turn everything on. So now all we need to do is go through and chop whatever wood we want. And let's go ahead and plant that back. And this thing will keep on running as long as it's still picking things up. And if I'm in here still chopping things, it will still pick things up. So that's not really too big of a worry. And yeah, you know, this thing is pretty awesome. I'm thinking I am definitely going to make a tutorial on this. Because, you know, the most important thing is actually getting the dimensions right, getting the spacing of the trees so that you can get the most saplings. And oh look, we got an apple right there too. Cool. But yeah, I like this layout a lot. It really allows for like having all trees available at all times, so you can go get whatever wood you need. And then back here, this is where we can get massive amounts of wood. Let me just throw this on the ground. See, look, if I throw it on the ground, that picked it up really quick actually. But yeah, those minecarts will run through and pick everything up, and that's that. So next episode, I think before we start a new project, we are definitely going to want to finish up this one. It is fully functional though. It does work, and I now have tree farm. So that's awesome, but we are going to need to make this thing fancy. And I already kind of got an idea of what it's going to look like. So I'm going to have these in every of the 4 corners. I'm going to have a wall over here. We're going to have this extra thing higher, and then we'll have a fence going across the top of it. That way you can't just jump over it, because look, I can just jump over. So yeah, and then we'll have beacons in all 4 corners, which means we'll have to kill a few more withers, so maybe we'll do that next episode. And then we also need to cover the ground here with carpet, and then we need to do the outside walkways also. And then we need to make an entrance. But other than that, that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and you know, we've got a lot of things done this episode. It definitely took a long time to make this episode, so if you did enjoy it, I would appreciate the like button. It definitely helps me out, motivates me as well. Every time I see that like button go up, I'm like, ooh, I want to make another episode. And drop a comment. I love reading your comments. So yeah, we are going to leave it off here. I'll get to work on designing this place a little bit better and making it look fancy. And I'll show you guys what it looks like, or I guess we'll do some work on camera next episode. So until then, we will see you next time. Peace out, everybody.